Hey guys, welcome back here at Overtake. Another video from this year's SimRacing Expo. I'm back this time with Thrustmaster. They cooked also a new wheelbase, and that's interesting for the console racers out there. The T598 today here with Gran Turismo 7 as well as on the PC. So here's some information also on how they made the motor with axial drive and the cogging, how they eliminated that. So I'm really curious because the wheelbase only has 5 Nm, so it's a perfect entry-level wheel base with the wheel. And now we will get in and test it for the very first time. Just $499. Competitive price.
The bundle also includes pedals that can be upgraded with a load cell. It is PS4, PS5 and PC compatible. The wheel has a diameter of 300 mm. According to Thrustmaster, the T598 heralds nothing less than the new era in direct drive steering wheels, as it replaces the radial flux motor with an axial flux motor, which differs in the arrangement of the stator tubes and thus the magnetic flux generated parallel to the shaft. This completely eliminates the cogging that can be felt when you turn your direct drive steering wheel when it is switched off. When driving with your conventional DD wheel, this is usually dealt with by software and dampening. According to Thrustmaster, the whole axial flux design has only advantages: less material, lower cost, a pure signal for sharper and cleaner effects, eliminating clipping, that is the loss of FFB effects during torque peaks, and we can already see from the wheelbase layout that it is significantly shorter, as this type of motor is simply less long. When I did some research in the internet, I also found some drawbacks to this design. It is said to be very difficult and expensive to produce, but Thrustmaster seems to have this under control if they are offering it at this price. On the other hand, heat dissipation is said to be a problem, which explains the rather tall base and why they start with a constant torque of 5 Nm. But let's see how it feels in reality.
So many people out there are racing exactly like that. Not in a crazy high-end rig, but this is the way to go. So let's see how this will work out. So let's look at the buttons first. We have the PlayStation button here, like the menu button, the share button. Then our PlayStation pattern with X, O, triangle, rectangle. Also R3 and L3 here. Different modes. It's so good to have now a different option for the PlayStation 5, because so far we really only had the Logitech G Pro, as well as the Fanatec CSL and CSDD Plus, or in that case DD Extreme. And to have just a different option now also for the entry-level market is just a good thing to have anyways. And it's pretty stable, pretty smooth. I think for these like low torque wheelbases, it's so important to get the feeling right with the lower force you have. It's quite challenging to really create the forces you would need to replicate a proper like race car feel, obviously, but especially for younger adults and kids and stuff, it's still important that you have a good feeling for what the car does and what your surface is all about. So obviously this Group B track has a lot of road effects. I think that's why they also chose it, because it provides just a lot of noise from the road so far, like the frequency and stuff, and like how the wheel reacts, like it's really quick. That's what they mentioned there with the cogging, that you have just zero friction when turning the wheel, and you could really feel that. Like the quick reactions you can apply, like going from left to right, like there's no friction. And there's also no crazy center force that keeps you from doing that. Like especially on a loose surface like here, on the gravel, you would expect the car to react quickly also with the front wheels, because they don't have so much friction. And how the wheel is transporting that is just really good. You can also see that they chose to get you some like rubber grip instead of like a flat plastic surface. Like for these entry-level wheels, usually you also would expect something worse in terms of the material. It also has some nice like carbon fiber look and feel to it. And I think the wheel itself is like very well designed. I saw wheels that have less appeal, that look less good, in this price range. So this is one of the more beautiful ones, for sure. And I mean, good part of this is also that it's not about the wheel, but about the wheelbase, and that you can fit the existing wheels with the new style of quick release Thrustmaster has. You can just fit them to your T598 and run them on the PlayStation 5. You can't go wrong with that, I guess, if you buy your first wheel, your first choice for running a little bit of casual PlayStation racing. Now we're in a proper PC environment for 5.8 wheel, for the GT3. So it's the actual wheel that should be in the car, if I'm not wrong. So now I'm really curious also for like force feedback clipping and stuff. So I used to test this a lot with our Moza R3. Again, like the no cogging, like the frictionless, effortless movement of the wheel is immediately noticeable. Very smooth, very clean in its communication. So far, on the curb we saw a little bit of force feedback clipping now, but not to a great extent. Let's see here, like going over the curbs.
Now the question remains as why to Assetto Corsa Competizione is reporting clipping back to us, when according to Thrustmaster's graphic it should no longer exist. That's something we'll find out before our review, but you may already know more, so let us know in the comments.
Like you can feel when you overdrive the car, like over the front axle, you can feel it's getting a bit more numb. But still, some bumps in the road right here, you can really feel them. I think even if you just start and you get your first wheel, it's a wheel that you can put some proper lap times in for sure. Like you can get up to speed and even compete at a high level. I'm really sure that you would be able to do that with this wheel. Of course, the steering wheel doesn't have as much weight as in a 12 or 15 or even more Newton-meter wheelbase, but it's just good enough to get an understanding of what your car is doing. It also helps, especially I think with this wheel rim, the Ferrari 458. I think it helps a lot because it's so light. If you would opt for a more weighty steering wheel, this wouldn't be the right choice. You should opt for a lighter one, because it's also then easier for the force feedback to work and to transfer the force to your hands.
So like I said, probably next month we will also have a more detailed review of the T598. So this is also your chance to ask us some questions, and let us know what you think of the T598 so far, if you had a chance to try it out. And thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.